Do you ever find yourself in such a hurry that it makes you worry? In such a hurry, so much you find yourself making mistakes. In a hurry so much that you lose your footing and then lose your peace. And finally, you lose your peace of mind. A scripture comes to mind in James chapter 1, verse 2-4. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience.
Now, the definition of patience, and I'm not talking about patience as in clinic patience, but patience as in other patience, according to Webster's dictionary, is this: the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Now, man, I got to stop right there for a second, because that is unbelievable to tolerate that without getting upset. But some synonyms which you might find interesting of the word patience are forbearance, tolerance, restraint, self-restraint, and stoicism. That's that stoic look in the midst of a storm. In our busy, crazy world, we find it hard to have patience. I know I feel like that sometimes, and I know you do too. If you stop and think about it, lacking patience leaves you missing out. So the question becomes, why are we in such a hurry? See, Scripture reminds us that if we just stop and we understand we came into this world with nothing, and then we leave with nothing, that helps us kind of understand this more fully.
1 Timothy chapter 7, verse 11, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and clothing, with these things we shall be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and harmful lusts, in which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, for which some have strayed from their faith in their greediness, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. But O man of God, flee these things, and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and gentleness.
The question becomes, what is it that you find yourself pursuing that causes you to lose your patience? How quick do you find yourself leaving behind the fruits of the Spirit, as Dr. Michelle noted earlier, and how rapid is your mind racing from thought to thought and place to place to the next thing? You see, we need to stop and understand that patience is required to bring excellence into our lives. We need to practice some patience in our lives and become really a person who experiences a little more about life's really about. You see, I got this theory, Dr. Michelle, that people that generally find themselves in a hurry are finding themselves in a hurry because they're chasing things that leave the life with no satisfaction. And that's almost the definition of gluttony, isn't it? Trying to find something that brings satisfaction that really doesn't. We need to slow down and understand that when we exhibit patience, which should be a natural thing in our life, you shouldn't have to work at it. Remember, staying connected to the vine, if you know what I'm talking about from John chapter 15, and then exhibiting the fruits of that Spirit coming from you, patience should be natural. So the word for you today is to stop trying to have patience and let patience be exhibited through you by God's power. And guess what? You got to slow down to get that. So slow down, think about what God does for you and what He is for you, and let's live this patient life together.